Chapter 1996, Big or Small, Chi Harvest Fruit. Chapter 1996, Big or Small, Chi Harvest Fruit. The grand chi tides soon filled up the whole of ice crystal grotto heaven. Spectral Soul sighed deeply. This was really a pity. He wanted the two sides to fight to their deaths before he reaped the rewards. Devouring goo immortal souls was much more helpful than absorbing soul cores after all, but his scheme was ruined by this chi tide. I do not have Dang Hun Mountain. I lack guts goo. I can only devour soul beasts and soul cores. But this takes time to digest. It is not like guts goo which can directly raise my soul foundation. Why the coincidence? Not long ago, when Chi Si Ancestor and Wu Shui fought, a chi tide appeared. This time, another chi tide showed up. Thinking about this, Spectral Soul had a realization. Don't tell me that fighting between goo immortals will attract chi tides? Spectral Soul was only making a guess. He was not certain. It is a pity that my chi path attainment level is just ordinary. Otherwise, I will be able to come to a conclusion. He had soul search and soul devouring methods, but these methods could not directly raise attainment levels. The only way to instantly raise one's attainment level was through absorbing true meaning. The attainment levels that Spectral Soul had at his peak were all gained through actual cultivation from the memories he had soul searched. It was not easy to reach that level. Forget it. And Sun performed well this time. With such achievements, he might likely receive Wu Shui's audience. By staying in his body, I can get closer to Wu Shui. There might even be a chance to enslave Wu Shui and take Dragon Palace. Spectral Soul's current plan failed. He quickly came up with a new plan that he had a deep desire towards Dragon Palace, which contained Dream Path, Immortal Goo. Amidst the surging chi tides, frost lights gathered into Ice Crystal, Immortal Monarch. Ice Crystal, Immortal Monarch's aura was weak. His face was pale. The price to activate Extreme Ice Crystal Light, Immortal Suppression Coffin, was very high. But he had almost single-handedly sealed Demon Judgment Board. He was the biggest contributor to this victory. The two Heavens Goo Immortals came to visit him. Their gaze was different from before. Strength was the determining factor towards one's status. Undeniably, Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch, who had Extreme Ice Crystal Light Immortal Suppression Coffin Killer move, far surpassed the other rank 8 Goo Immortals of the two heavens in battle strength. Even though I saved Ice Crystal Grotto Heaven, our race's unique killer move was exposed. Even though he forced Heavenly Court to retreat, Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch was not happy. Right now, he could only console himself that this move was very hard to counter. It could still be his trump card for the time being. Friends, I am not injured. I only need to rest. I hope everyone can help to protect my grotto heaven. Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch said, Sure. We are all part of the Two Heavens Alliance. This is not a problem. Everyone, we will do our best to defend Ice Crystal Grotto Heaven. The Goo Immortals of the two heavens resisted the surging chi tides in the grotto heaven, while Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch focused on repairing the hole created in the grotto heaven's aperture wall. Even though the chi tides were powerful, with the cooperation of all the Goo Immortals, they soon settled down. Because they had taken action swiftly, the chi tides did not cause much losses to Ice Crystal Grotto Heaven. Vice Alliance Leader, take a look, we found something. Great Wisdom Immortal Mother flew over to Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch with some unexpected news. A moment later, the Immortals of the two heavens also arrived at the area. They saw a fruit that was the size of a hill floating in the air. This fruit was translucent. It was completely formed from heaven and earth chi. It was shaped like a gourd or a peanut. This is a chi harvest fruit. After the chi tides appeared, people often found these chi harvest fruits produced. If Goo Immortals get them and use them in the immortal aperture, they can rapidly soothe the heaven and earth chi and hasten the progress of the heaven and earth chi fusion. But ordinary chi harvest fruits are just as large as a horse carriage. Why is this chi harvesting fruit so huge? The two heavens immortals discussed but could not come up with an answer. Master, is this really a chi harvest fruit? And soon asked Spectral Soul. If it is, isn't this Ice Crystal Grotto Heaven benefiting from a disaster? As long as it absorbs this huge chi harvest fruit, will Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch's immortal aperture be modified completely? He will no longer be affected by the chi tides. This is a chi harvest fruit indeed. but whether it is a blessing or a disaster is unknown for now. Spectral Soul chuckled to himself, as expected. When Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch tried to take this chi harvest fruit, he was shocked to find a deeper secret. Oh no. Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch's expression turned even more pale. This chi harvest fruit is still growing. It is absorbing my grotto heaven's heaven and earth chi to grow further. If I take it away now, it will cause a huge commotion in the grotto heaven. Living beings will die, and an even more turbulent chi tide will appear. The immortals gasped after getting Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch's permission. They quickly used investigative methods. We cannot let this chi harvest fruit continue to grow. Who can help me get rid of this hidden threat? I will not be stingy on rewards. Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch had a solemn expression, but the goo immortals looked at each other. They were all helpless. Almost everyone could pull out the chi harvest fruit by force, but that was harmful to Ice Crystal Grotto Heaven. Its foundation would be affected, and according to their deductions, directly destroying the chi harvest fruit would create a new chi tide that would create a second chi harvest fruit later. This way, to get rid of this threat permanently without harming Ice Crystal Grotto Heaven, the difficulty was very high. Great Wisdom Immortal Mother suggested, "We can't do it because we do not cultivate chi path. But what about Lord Alliance Leader?" Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch had a look of worry. He sighed deeply. "Right now, we can only ask Lord Alliance Leader for help." Wu Shui soon received Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch's request for help. "My memories are limited. I did not know that the chi harvest fruit would become like this. Maybe the main body knows more things." Wu Shui quickly reported the information that Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch gave him to Fang Yuan's main body. "Oh? The hidden thread of the two heavens grotto heavens have been found. This is much earlier than in my previous life." Fang Yuan's main body naturally knew about this, in the 500 years of his previous life. The two heavens goo immortals had also worked together. They attacked many places and caused a lot of trouble for the 5 regions. Due to the chi tides, the 5 regions goo immortals were greatly restricted. But the two heavens goo immortals were able to move around. They were less affected by the chi tides. Furthermore, when goo immortal battles reach a certain level, chi tides would occur. Even though the two heavens goo immortals had low battle strength, with the help of the chi tides, they could defeat the 5 regions goo immortals. But good times did not last long. Soon, the two heavens goo immortals found that chi harvest fruits started to appear in their own grotto heaven headquarters. These chi harvest fruits used the grotto heaven's heaven and earth chi to grow. They were like stubborn pests. If left unattended, they would grow endlessly and eventually destroy the entire grotto heaven world. Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch fought against Heavenly Court and caused the chi tides to appear in his grotto heaven. That is the reason why chi harvest fruits appeared earlier than the previous life. Fang Yuan sent the information to Wu Shui. Suddenly, he had a thought as he gained a burst of inspiration. Wait. Maybe I can use these chi tides to deal with Heaven's will. His situation was really bad now. The main problem was the Heaven Path Dao marks. He could not refine them in the short time. While these Dao marks generated Heaven's will, the Heaven Path Dao marks had no ill intentions towards Fang Yuan, but Heaven's will wanted to kill him. It tried all sorts of ways to destroy his sovereign immortal aperture, and worse was that if Fang Yuan did not get rid of the Heaven's will, after accumulating to a certain level, even if the sovereign immortal aperture remained shut, the grotto heaven's will could resonate with the 5 regions' heaven's will and expose his identity. Once Fang Yuan's location was exposed, if he stayed in Qi Si, his cover as Qi Si ancestor would be blown. However, it was difficult for Fang Yuan to get rid of Heaven's will. The sovereign immortal aperture was too huge. Fang Yuan did not know where to start. He could not predict the natural developments of the heavenly Tao. He could not know where Heaven's will would be created. I should try to let the chi tides rampage in my sovereign immortal aperture. Like a washing machine, they might be able to cleanse all of the Heaven's will away. As Fang Yuan thought about it, he found that this was a very possible idea to execute. That it seemed dangerous, but it was possible to use the two threats against each other. With his Chi Path and Wisdom Path foundation, it was a realistic solution. Of course, whether this method could succeed or not, until it was used, Fang Yuan could not know for sure. If only I still had Wisdom Goo, that would be great. Wisdom Gu provided unlimited inspiration. With the light of wisdom, Fang Yuan could quickly and efficiently develop a killer move that could make use of the Qi tides at the same time. In Qi Ju Grotto Heaven. This is the center of the Grotto Heaven. Luo clan's 3 Gu immortals were all injured. They reached this place after much difficulty. What an incredible Qi harvest fruit! Luo Muzi was lost for words. The other 2 immortals were filled with shock. According to the 3 immortals' deductions, the center of Qi Ju Grotto Heaven should contain the most valuable thing in the entire Grotto-Heaven at this moment. The 3 immortals saw that there was a tiny and exquisite Qi harvest fruit here. It was extremely vivid. The surface had flowing lights that flickered dazzlingly. It was the size of a gourd, but it contained genuine rank 9 immortal material aura. It had surging waves of vitality resembling the ocean. It pressed down on the hearts of the Luo clan Gu immortals. This Qi harvest fruit is not ordinary at all. It contains deep secrets. We need to research upon it. Strange, Qi harvest fruits are produced by the Qi tides. Why is it hidden by demon immortal Qi Ju and kept here? Unless he predicted that in the future, there would be disasters like the Qi tides? Take action. Luo clan's 3 immortals were talking when suddenly, they heard a shout. Several variant human Gu immortals showed up and attacked. Luo clan's 3 immortals were caught off guard. They were swept into a battlefield killer move instantly. Oh no, an ambush. Someone else found Qi Ju Grotto Heaven? Who are you? Luo clan's 3 immortals shouted. The leader of the variant human Gu immortals was about the size of a thumb. There were translucent wings behind him. This was a mini-man Gu immortal. Humph, Luo clan immortals. I, Xiao Jian, found this place 20 years before any of you. The mini-man Gu immortal smiled coldly as he said, Attack, kill them all. Chapter 1997. Both sides seek reinforcements. Days later, in the headquarters of Southern Borders Wu clan, Wu Yong stood at the peak of a mountain. He slowly opened his eyes. In front of him were 3 mortals. They were all tied on a wooden pole. They were all unconscious. Immortal killer move. Farewell, friend wind. Wu Yong breathed in deeply. His preparations were completed. He unleashed this peculiar killer move. Without the emergence of any unique wind, the 3 mortals in front of him started to disintegrate, their skin, flesh, and bones scattered with the natural breeze. In an instant, even the clothes of these mortals vanished. Nothing was left. Wu Yong showed a satisfied smile at last. During this period, he had modified Farewell Friend Wind. The results were quite good. Farewell Friend Wind was a wind path killer move with human path effect. It originally needed the user to touch the target's body and say some parting words. But now, these limitations were all modified by Wu Yong and removed successfully. Even though the current Farewell Friend Wind still needed the user to become friends with the target before usage, the range had greatly increased. It was much more usable now that Wu Yong had lost a lot of his wind path down marks during the Fate War from using the killer move Unlimited Wind, and his foundation fell. But during this period of recuperation, he made some gains instead in terms of comprehension. His wind path attainment level rose to a new level. Because of that, he could modify Farewell Friend Wind. Wu Yong was not just satisfied with modifying Farewell Friend Wind. The rise in his attainment level also meant a comprehensive rise in power. Farewell Friend Wind was just one of the aspects. Next, I will modify the other killer moves, and even clear Jade Dripping Wind Tiny Bamboo Building. After modification, my battle strength will rise back to normal. It can even surpass my former level. Right when Wu Yong thought about his future, an information path Gu worm flew towards him. Wu Yong took it and read the information. His brows rose as he showed a surprised expression. He was originally going to stay and close cultivation for some time, but after receiving this information, he halted his plan. Returning to his guest hall, he met with the 2 Gu immortals that were looking for him. These 2 Gu immortals had the same clothing. They wore deep green short-sleeve shirts and long black pants. They also had jade-colored leg bindings. Any Gu immortal familiar with Southern Borders Gu immortal world would know that this was Luo clan's signature attire. Of the 2 Luo clan Gu immortals who came, one was an old man with a bitter expression. Another was a middle-aged Gu immortal with a pale face. He was evidently injured. Luo Zhu, Luo Ran. Pays respects to Lord Alliance Leader. Luo clan's two Gu immortals saw Wu Yong and immediately paid respects. The Southern Alliance was created long ago. Wu Yong was the leader of this alliance. Out of the two Luo clan immortals, Luo Ran was a general of Luo clan. He was a space path expert with peak rank 7 battle strength. He was an arrogant person. As for Luo Zhu, he was a person of authority. He was the current first supreme elder of Luo clan. These two were so respectful to Wu Yong now. It was clear that they needed his help. That Wu Yong nodded. We can sit and talk. After the two Luo clan Gu immortals sat down, Wu Yong asked directly, "What is the matter with Qi Ju Grotto Heaven?" Luo Zhu breathed in deeply before explaining the entire situation. In summary, when a Gu immortal of Luo clan explored White Heaven using an immortal Gu house, he discovered Qi Ju Grotto Heaven by chance. Luo clan had been exploring it for many years. Finally, with the help of the Qi tides, they made a breakthrough and entered the central area of Qi Ju Grotto Heaven. But when they were about to obtain Qi Ju's true inheritance, they were ambushed by variant human Gu immortals. The three Luo clan Gu immortals exploring it were caught off guard. The situation did not look good. Thankfully, their leader was the space path expert Luo Ran. He used his trump card and escaped with the other two immortals. The variant human Gu immortals did not let them go. They pursued these three Luo clan immortals. After Luo clan was informed, they immediately sent their immortal Gu house to reinforce them. The two sides fought intensely at the heavenly Wen Qi wall. Even though those variant human Gu immortals did not have high battle strength, their leader, the Miniman Gu immortal Xiao Hejian, was very outstanding. At the same time, the variant human Gu immortals had an immortal Gu house too. Luo clan was forced to escape back to southern border pitifully. After passing the heavenly Wen Qi wall, the variant human Gu immortals were afraid that southern border's Gu immortal world would gang up on them. They gave up on the pursuit. Luo clan's immortals were defeated. They returned to recuperate in their headquarters, feeling angry and helpless. After discussing for some time, they felt that they could not obtain Qi Ju Grotto Heaven themselves. They should get the help of other forces. After hearing their explanation, Wu Yong understood the situation. Due to the rampant Qi tides, the Grotto Heavens in the two heavens are exposed. This created the Two Heavens Alliance. The alliance mainly comprises variant humans. They have Wu Shuai as their leader. This group of variant human Gu immortals that defeated Luo clan must have a close relationship with the Two Heavens Alliance. The Two Heavens Alliance first occupied an area in Eastern Sea. Wu Shuai fought with Qi Si ancestor. After that, Heavenly Court attacked them. Their Vice Alliance leader Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch forced Demon Judgment Board to retreat, creating a huge commotion. If Luo clan looks for Ho clan or Yao clan, even though they are super forces, they cannot deal with the colossal Two Heavens Alliance. When the situation aggravates, they will still have to look for me in the end. Thus, they came to me from the start. Thinking so, Wu Yong smiled, promising them, "Our southern border's righteous path is united. Now that Luo clan has faced a setback, as long as you are part of the Southern Alliance, we will help you out. As the leader of the Southern Alliance, I, Wu Yong, will lend my strength as well." Luo clan's immortals quickly responded. Alliance leader is righteous and mighty. But there was no joy on their faces. This concerned a huge treasure like Qi Ju's true inheritance. Wu Yong was sure to agree to help without doubt. The important things were how to get true inheritance of Qi Ju. How would Luo clan and Wu clan cooperate? If they obtained the true inheritance, how would they split it? Those were the true details to discuss. While Luo clan's immortals and Wu Yong were negotiating, Wu Shuai also received the audience of a Gu immortal. The one asking to see me is a Miniman Gu immortal named Xiao Hejian. Wu Shuai squinted. Yes. The reporting Gu immortal explained. This immortal has extraordinary strength. His reputation is long established. Even though the Gu immortals of the Two Heavens do not interact much with each other, we have all heard of this Xiao Hejian. His strength is likely on par with Vice Alliance leader. The Vice Alliance leader was naturally Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch. This time, Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch used his Immortal Sealing Coffin Killer move to defeat Heavenly Court. His reputation surged. Everyone in the Two Heavens Alliance knew about it. What is the reason for his request to meet me? Wu Shuai asked purposely. This subordinate does not know. The reporting Gu immortal lowered his head. He says that he has a huge fortune to give to Lord Alliance leader. He wants to join our Two Heavens Alliance. Wu Shuai smiled that in the past, he did not know, but after the main body sent him some information of the previous life, he learned about this person. This Xiao Jian was quite a formidable figure in the 500 years of his previous life. He was indeed an expert among the variant human rank 8 Gu immortals. He was able to contest Heavenly Court's members evenly. Speaking of which, in the 500 years of his previous life, Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch did not have much reputation. In terms of battle strength, Xiao Jian and Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch were on the same level. Even though the Two Heavens Gu immortals were not very outstanding, they still had several incredible experts. If not for this, they would not have caused problems to the 5 regions in the previous life. Xiao Jian explored Qiju Grotto Heaven. He probably got into a conflict with Luo clan. Now that the Southern Alliance was created in advance and Luo clan suffered a loss, they would definitely find their allies. They might approach Wu Yong. Xiao Jian has several Grotto Heaven forces allied with him. But how can he resist the Great Southern Alliance? Thus, he came to me. By joining my Two Heavens Alliance, not only can he protect himself, he can also use my strength to resist the Southern Alliance and obtain Chi-Ju's true inheritance. But this Chi-Ju Grotto Heaven is a dangerous area. In my previous life, Chi-Ju Grotto Heaven self-detonated, killing countless Gu immortals in the process. The Two Heavens Alliance also suffered a huge setback from this. The losses were so severe, they never recovered. Wu Shuai guessed that Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch died during this Qiju Grotto Heaven explosion. Otherwise, with his strength, he would not have stayed so low profile the entire time. Considering this, Wu Shuai smiled coldly, thinking, this Xiao Jian is crafty. He wants to borrow our strength and use us to kill his enemies. Since he wants my help, let's have a good negotiation with him. Go. Wu Shuai stopped thinking about it as he sat on his main seat, telling the Gu immortal, tell Xiao Jian to come in. Chapter 1998, Exploring Qiju Grotto Heaven. The sky had a unified color. It was a sight of bluish jade. Great winds howled. Killing intent gathered. 2 Immortal Gu houses faced each other. 1 was a majestic palace shining in golden light. It was elegant and grand. This was Dragon Palace. The other was a 2-story bamboo building. It was filled with vitality and looked delicate but exquisite. This was Clear Jade Dripping Wind Tiny Bamboo Building. The 2 rank 8 Immortal Gu houses contained many Gu immortals inside them. Wu Shuai sat at the main seat with 2 rows of Gu immortals from the 2 heavens below him. On his left was Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch and others, while on his right was the recently joined Wood Path Great Expert, Mini-Man Gu Immortal Xiao Jian. As for Lady Cold Ash, Knight Heavenly Wolf Lord, and others, they were mixed among these 2 groups. Not long ago, Wu Shuai met with Xiao Jian. After some negotiation, they set off for Qiju Grotto Heaven. On the other side, Southern Alliance's Wu Yong also knew the importance of speed. He quickly mobilized Clear Jade Dripping Wind Tiny Bamboo Building, bringing Wu clans and Luo clans immortals to immemorial White Heaven. Clear Jade Dripping Wind Tiny Bamboo Building was much faster than Dragon Palace. Wu Yong left later but arrived earlier, yet Qiju Grotto Heaven could not be easily entered. While Wu Yong and the rest waited, Wu Shuai arrived with Dragon Palace. The 2 sides met in White Heaven. They immediately got into a deadlock. Wu Yong. Wu Shuai spoke within Dragon Palace, his voice resounding in the battlefield. Qiju's true inheritance is in front of us. Why don't we each send 3 people out to fight? The winner will be the side which has 2 victories. They will get the true inheritance, while the loser gets the Grotto Heaven. How is that? Wu Shuai, why are you being so cowardly now? Wu Yong snickered from within Clear Jade Dripping Wind Tiny Bamboo Building. Let the person fortunate enough under the circumstances get Qi-Ju's true inheritance. Let's fight for it using our respective abilities. As he said this, Clear Jade Dripping Wind Tiny Bamboo Building shot out like a rainbow, piercing into a certain opening within Qiju Grotto Heaven. Wu Yong had waited for a long time. He finally found an opportunity to get inside. Even though Wu Yong brought Clear Jade Dripping Wine Tiny Bamboo Building with him, and had Wu clans and Luo clans elites around him, in terms of scale, he could not match Wu Shuai. Not just in quantity, But the quality of their high-end battle strength also differed greatly. If they really used the rules Wu Shuai set to determine a victor in one-on-one combat, Wu Yang's side would be disadvantaged. Furthermore, when Gu immortals fight, heaven and earth qi would be disrupted, qi tides would appear. By then, the two heavens Gu immortals would be less affected. Their advantage would rise again. Wu Yang was a formidable leader. How could he let his side fall into a disadvantage from the start? Lord Alliance leader, there is no time to waste. Let's set out. Xiao Hejian urged anxiously. Wu Shuai looked at the openings in Qiju Grotto Heaven. Even though these openings varied in size, they were all milky white in color, formed from moving qi currents. Earlier, clear jade dripping wind tiny bamboo building had gone through the largest opening to get inside Qiju Grotto Heaven. After looking at it for a while, Wu Shuai understood some of its profundity. These openings vary in size. They are increasing in numbers. I'm afraid this is the immortal aperture entrance of Qiju Grotto Heaven. Fang Yuan's main body and clones had varying amounts of memories, but they shared the same attainment levels. Wu Shuai also had the main body's qi path attainment level. He could see it more clearly than others. Just these holes alone made Wu Shuai's eyes brighten as he felt some comprehension. Normally, immortal aperture entrances are closed, only used to connect the inside world and the outside. Qiju Grotto Heaven's entrance is unique. It is the most efficient way of maximizing the effect of that connection between worlds using the immortal aperture's entrance. I wonder what gains I can make inside. Thinking so, Wu Shuai's curiosity rose as he moved Dragon Palace towards the openings in the 500 years of his previous life. This Qiju Grotto Heaven was destroyed by self-detonation. It greatly affected the two heavens alliance and caused it to falter in the future. Many rank 8 Gu immortals died during this event. Qiju Grotto Heaven was dangerous. This was also why Fang Yuan did not take the initiative to explore it before the Fate War. But now that Qiju Grotto Heaven was exposed, with an alluring true inheritance of Qiju inside and Dragon Palace's protection, Wu Shuai also had nothing urgent to attend to. He could put effort into this now. Dragon Palace got past the narrow opening, rapidly arriving inside Qiju Grotto Heaven. The immortals saw that. All around them, there were white-colored qi currents that surged and moved. Qiju Grotto Heaven's structure is quite special. It is not like ordinary grotto heavens. There are white qi currents everywhere. These qi currents form into tunnels, and countless tunnels turn this grotto heaven into a maze. It is like the intestines of a giant. We need to get through these tunnels quickly and find the correct path to the central area. Qiju's true inheritance is hidden there. Xiao Hejian explained when they got in. All the immortals inside the palace listened attentively. Xiao Hejian did not say everything he knew earlier. To prevent Wu Shuai from leaving to snatch the true inheritance alone after getting the information, he had kept many secrets. He promised Wu Shuai that he would explain the situation after they arrived. Dragon Palace moved around in the white qi current tunnels, quickly reaching a crossroad. On the left and right were two paths. They were identical in size and shape. How do we determine the correct route? Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch asked. Xiao Hejian replied, I cannot be sure about it either. We need to test the paths. The only rule here is that the closer we get to the center, the more valuable the monsters and resources within the qi current tunnels. At the most central area, the qi harvest fruit has reached rank 9 level. What about Luo clan? Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch asked another crucial question. Luo clan does not have a more accurate method either. In fact, their exploration speed was far slower than us. It was because of the qi tides that they gained an opportunity to get past many difficulties and reach the central area rapidly. Looking at our previous progress, my tribe was extremely close to Qiju's true inheritance. We were just 2 obstacles away. Xiao Hejian sighed. He felt somewhat of a pity regarding it. The immortals heard this and relaxed slightly. In that case, even though they came inside first, in terms of advantage, we have the upper hand. Great wisdom, Immortal Mother analyzed. Don't be careless. Clear jade dripping wind tiny bamboo building is much faster than us. Wu Shuai said plainly that he chose a random path and moved Dragon Palace along it. Along the way, the qi current tunnels became wider and taller. Many qi path living beings were in them, creating special living environments that were isolated from each other. Roar. Suddenly, a group of Qi monsters emerged from the thick tunnel walls surrounding Dragon Palace. These Qi monsters had all sorts of strange forms, resembling bulls, goats, fish, or birds. However, their colors were similar, being close to orange-yellow. These are Qi monsters created from luck Qi. Xiao Hejian said. Even though there are no immemorial Qi monsters, they are quite troublesome to deal with. Without luck path methods to protect us, if we kill them, our luck will fall. Immortal killer move, dreamy light smoke. At the next moment, a gush of smoke flew out from Dragon Palace. Wherever it went, all of the luck Qi monsters were swept away, suppressed within Dragon Palace. Xiao Hejian was stunned, but he soon reacted as he said respectfully. A dream path killer move, truly worthy of Dragon Palace. As they continued, they saw an immemorial Qi monster. It was pitch black like a whale. Its body was colossal. Xiao Hejian had a grim expression. Be careful. This is an immemorial Qi monster created from hard Qi. Thankfully, it is sleeping now. I'd suggest that we detour around it. Let's not. Boom! At the next moment, Dragon Palace accelerated and crashed into the immemorial Qi monster. Dragon Palace shook intensely, but the immemorial Qi monster was pierced through. It retaliated in anger. Dragon Palace charged and crashed into it again and again. The immemorial Qi monster broke apart, turning into lumps of black hard Qi. Next, Wu Shuai stored the hard Qi in his palace. You can all split the spoils. Wu Shuai kept most of the gains and passed the rest to the Gu Immortals. Alliance leader is mighty. All hail Dragon Palace. Subordinate thanks Lord Alliance leader. With Lord Alliance leader here. So what if they have Wu Yong? At once, the Immortals expressed their gratitude as all sorts of praises erupted. Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch smiled as he looked at Xiao Hejian, saying with deep meaning, try not to be shocked at these minor situations, it will cause us to lose face. Xiao Hejian had to nod in acknowledgement, but he still felt deep shock internally. Even though I saw the Fate War, I can only see how powerful Dragon Palace is after witnessing it in action personally. If Dragon Palace is so strong, what about Duke Long, Fang Yuan, and Feng Jiuge? At once, Xiao Hejian's emotions became rather complex. On one hand, the stronger Dragon Palace was, the more hopeful he was. But on the other hand, as a great expert, seeing such a difference between them and seeing such a powerful existence made him feel some dejectedness. Along the way, wherever they went, Wu Shuai took all of the loot that they could gather. Qiju Grotto Heaven was really the land of treasures for Qi Path. It was like the Qi Sea of ancient times. Not only were the Qi Path resources here in huge quantities, they also varied greatly in variety. There was basically anything one needed here. Wu Shuai purposely displayed his might to intimidate Xiao Hejian. As a result, he exposed more secrets. According to him, when exploring this place, he found a Qi Breath Peak. Qiju Grotto Heaven actually had such an extinct Qi Path resource, but regrettably, Xiao Hejian only took a glance at it. He did not have the ability to take it. This is the center of Qiju Grotto Heaven? Clear jade, dripping wind, tiny bamboo building had just arrived at the destination. Before Wu Yong could rejoice, his pupils shrunk. Humph, they weren't slow at all. Behind clear jade, dripping wind, tiny bamboo building, Dragon Palace arrived. The center of Qiju Grotto Heaven was a huge hollow sphere. The sphere had many Qi pillars that interweaved with each other, creating countless tunnels. Clear jade, dripping wind, tiny bamboo building, and Dragon Palace entered this area. It was like two flies had entered a beehive. The Qi pillars continued to move around. Some were fast while others were slow. They even affected each other. Under Wu Yong's control, clear jade, dripping wind, tiny bamboo building moved carefully and avoided the Qi pillars, taking sharp turns along the way. These Qi pillars are special. They are at least rank 8 immortal materials. We cannot touch them easily, or unnecessary problems will occur. Xiao Hejian quickly said. This place was not suited for fighting. Thus, in order to kill the 3 Luo clan immortals, Xiao Hejian had arranged a battlefield killer move. But in the end, Luo clan's Luo Ran was a space path Gu immortal. He brought the other 2 immortals away by piercing through the battlefield, using this special terrain to get free from Xiao Hejian and the rest, escaping. No need for such trouble. Wu Shuai waved his hand. The next moment, a dragon roar was heard. the evil dragon descended. Boom, boom, boom. The evil dragon charged ferociously. Wherever it went, chi pillars broke and shattered. It created a path for Dragon Palace to move along from behind it. Wu Yong frowned. Xiao Hijin's mouth was open. He became dumbstruck. Chapter 1999. Qi Ju, Shi. 1999 Qi Ju, Shi great. Lord Alliance leader is so powerful. This is the power of our two heavens alliance. The morale of the immortals within Dragon Palace surged. They quickly cheered. Evil Dragon charged ahead with an unstoppable might. Dragon Palace followed behind it casually. This Dragon Man brute. The eyelids of Luo clan's first supreme elder Luo Zhu were twitching as he gritted his teeth. The two clans Gu immortals within clear jade, dripping wind, tiny bamboo building felt immense pressure. Evil Dragon was charging relentlessly like a mobile mountain range. In comparison, clear jade, dripping wind, tiny bamboo building was very delicate and small. And most importantly, clear jade, dripping wind, tiny bamboo building had to dodge the chi pillars. Its advancement route was long and winding. But Evil Dragon moved forward in a straight line without obstruction. The distance between them was shortening. What do we do now? The Southern Alliance's Gu immortals turned pale. Wu Yong smiled lightly. Wu Shuai uses strength to suppress others. He is making full use of his advantage. If I were him, I would do the same. Everyone, after the Fate War, not only was clear jade, dripping wind, tiny bamboo building fully repaired, I even strengthened it further. We can block Di Zongsheng for a period of time. Even though they are strong, we do not need to bother with them. We just need to get Qi Ju's true inheritance before them. Lord Alliance leader is right. The immortals nodded in agreement. Any sort of conflict had its goal. Wu Yong could clearly see that their objective was Qi Ju's true inheritance. Whoever gets it would be the winner, even if they suffer some losses while competing. So what? But the evil dragon was really too strong. It was the immemorial desolate beast with the strongest battle strength. In the 5 regions and 2 heavens, there were less than 5 people who could fight this evil dragon head-on. While Wu Shuai and Wu Yong were chasing after their goals, a third rank 8 immortal Gu house stealthily arrived outside Qi Ju Grotto-Heaven.It was Demon Judgment Board. Demon Judgment Board was controlled by Feng Zhang. Not only did Prince Feng Xian and Baicang Shui come along, even Che Wei, who had recovered from his injuries, and information path great expert Zhou Xiong Xian were here. Feng Zhang took the initiative to attack the 2 heavens previously. Even though Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch forced them away, their gains were still huge. Prince Feng Xian and Baicang Shui obtained abundant loot from plundering the 2 grotto heavens. Even though Feng Zhang lost in battle, he had only lost some reputation of Heavenly Court. They did not lose benefits. Heavenly Court was originally not sure of Qi Ju Grotto Heaven's event. After all, Immemorial White Heaven was huge, even during the Qi tides when Qi Ju Grotto Heaven exposed itself. Heavenly Court could not find it immediately, but don't forget that Night Heavenly Wolf Lord under Wu Shuai had submitted to Heavenly Court. The fact that Xiao Hijin joined the 2 Heavens Alliance was not concealable. Night Heavenly Wolf Lord learned of Qi Ju Grotto Heaven's secret and informed Heavenly Court as a result. Demon Immortal Qi Ju was very famous in history. He was a terrifying great expert who opposed limitless demon venerable, especially when he cultivated Qi Path. In the current environment where Qi tides surged, all new Qi Path resources were emerging in huge quantities continuously. The 5 regions' forces wanted to research more into Qi Path. Heavenly Court was no exception. Even though they had primordial origins true inheritance, if Heavenly Court could gain Qi Ju's true inheritance, it would mean that other forces could not get it. With this difference, Heavenly Court would have a great advantage against others. Thus, Feng Zhang did not rest for long. He received Qin Dingling's orders and brought 4 rank 8 Gu immortals to move to White Heaven using Demon Judgment Board. Arriving at this place, this should be Qi Ju Grotto Heaven. But what is going on? Feng Zhang had just arrived, but he saw a shocking change. He saw countless holes appearing. Milky white Qi currents surged endlessly as they moved around. The many new openings started to connect the Grotto Heaven to the outside world. These openings increased in numbers and continued to surface. There were too many of them. This would be a fearsome sight to others. After more than 10 breaths, a huge silhouette of Qi-Ju grotto heaven appeared. On the surface, there were countless white Qi currents surrounding it. Within the Qi currents, there were countless holes breathing in and out. The surrounding air was sucked into the grotto heaven by a terrifying formless force. As for the loud noise that it created, the heavenly court immortals felt deafened all of a sudden. A huge change is occurring in Qi-Ju grotto heaven. Wu Shuai and Wu Yong might have fought in the grotto heaven. What to do? Prince Feng Xian and the rest looked towards Fang Zheng. He was still their leader in this expedition. Fang Zheng felt pressured. The choice in front of him was a difficult one. At this moment, he fell into hesitation. What should he choose? At the center of Qi-Ju grotto heaven. Boom, boom, boom. Qi pillars continued to break and shatter as noise erupted endlessly. The evil dragon destroyed everything in its path, but such a sight did not last long. After the Qi pillars were destroyed, they turned into strong Qi currents that intertwined together, surrounding the body of the evil dragon as they pressured it, trying to attack and kill it from all directions. The evil dragon roared, but its speed continued to fall. It was facing an unprecedented pressure from ahead. Clear jade, dripping wind, tiny bamboo building, and dragon palace were not having an easy time either. These Qi currents were like tsunami waves that constantly attacked. These two rank 8 immortal goo houses were like small rafts trying to float in this treacherous storm. Huge Qi currents collided and caused the two immortal goo houses to shake. Sometimes, the immortal goo houses even spun around on the spot. There was a shot of deep blue Qi current. Clear jade, dripping wind, tiny bamboo building quickly tried to dodge it. But the deep blue Qi current was too large and fast. Clear jade, dripping wind, tiny bamboo building exerted all of its strength before leaving and escaping after 3 breaths of time. Lightning Qi. Southern Borders Goo immortal gasped. I've never seen such colossal lightning Qi. This quality is on par with rank 8 immortal materials. Lightning Qi could only be collected during stormy weather. It was not hard to collect lightning Qi, but high-ranked lightning Qi immortal materials were very rare. Rank 8 lightning Qi was even rarer. If the situation were not so urgent, Southern Borders Goo immortals would want to collect the lightning Qi. This is all Wu Shuai's fault. By causing rampant destruction, Qi-Ju grotto heaven has gone into a berserk state. Luo Zhu gritted his teeth. That Wu Yong's expression turned dark. Qi-Ju's true inheritance is our primary goal. The lightning Qi from earlier caused clear jade, dripping wind, tiny bamboo building to lose some goo worms. Wu Yong quickly replenished them. These immortal materials had incredible dense Dao marks. This environment was very dangerous. If there were wind path Qi current immortal materials, clear jade, dripping wind, tiny bamboo building would have an incredibly good time here. The change in Qi-Ju grotto heaven situation made the environment much more dangerous, but on the whole, Wu Yong's situation had actually improved, because clear jade, dripping wind, tiny bamboo building suffered much less obstruction compared to Wu Shuai's side. Dragon Palace was much slower than clear jade, dripping wind, tiny bamboo building. There were sharp blade Qi, black heart Qi, dark death Qi. All sorts of Qi currents were all at rank 8 level. Wu Shuai gritted his teeth as he drove Dragon Palace forward, resisting them by force. The evil dragon was left in the dust already. Its body was too big. It was resisted by at least 10 air currents or more. It could no longer be of use here. This is the foundation of Qi-Ju grotto heaven. Wu Shuai had a solemn expression. His gaze flickered with uncertainty that he had the disadvantage now, but the situation had not been decided. The two Heavens Goo immortals were also speechless at the moment. If not for Dragon Palace's protection, who would dare to travel in this dangerous place? Many rank 8 Goo immortals felt their own weakness and insignificance at this moment. Demon Immortal Qi-Ju is truly worthy of being the person who rivaled Limitless Demon Venerable in the past. The two rank 8 immortal Goo houses did not give up. They moved towards the center with much difficulty, trying to obtain Qi-Ju's true inheritance. But outside the grotto heaven, Fang Zheng no longer had to hesitate. Let's retreat first and observe the situation. Fang Zheng ordered. Demon Judgment Board quickly retreated. Prince Feng Xian and the rest were silent. They agreed with this decision, because right now, a change occurred again. Raging Qi currents appeared all over the place. A new Qi tide had begun. Fighting during a chi tide would cause the Gu immortals to suffer backlash. Even heavenly court's Gu immortals were no exception. It seems our earlier deduction was right. The heaven and earth chi in our immortal apertures differ from the outside world. Thus be it opening the immortal aperture entrance or fighting intensely. When it hits a certain level, a new chi tide will occur. Demon Immortal Chi Ju is a 5 regions Gu immortal. Because of his foundation, now that his immortal aperture's entrance is basically wide open, along with the fight between Wu Shuai and the Southern Alliance inside, they created a gigantic chi tide. Let's watch by the side and try to reap some benefits from the outcome. Heavenly Court's Gu immortals conversed as they kept a close eye on Chi Ju Grotto Heaven. The powerful chi tide went through the openings and rapidly entered Chi Ju Grotto Heaven. Wu Shuai and Wu Yong instantly felt huge pressure as the wild chi currents became even stronger. Even though the rank 8 immortal Gu houses were powerful, these chi currents made them helpless. They were often blown away to random places. Bang, bang, bang. As the 2 immortal Gu houses approached the center, they started to hear loud thumping sounds. What is going on? What chi currents are causing these sounds? No, this is someone's heartbeat. Quickly look. The 2 immortal Gu houses arrived at the center of Chi Ju Grotto Heaven. All of the Gu immortals saw this sight. At the point where all the countless chi currents merged was the eye of the storm. This place was completely tranquil and safe. In this tranquil environment, there was a tiny and delicate chi harvest fruit. It continued to absorb the surrounding chi currents. Countless chi currents of all types got absorbed into the chi harvest fruit, and their traits were assimilated, becoming a part of the fruit. Different from the previous situation, there was the form of a baby inside the chi harvest fruit. The chi harvest fruit was like a woman's womb. A human baby was curled up inside, growing and getting larger by the second. What is happening? What in the world is going on? This is a monster. It is actually absorbing rank 8 immortal materials endlessly to strengthen itself. It is about to be born. Quickly stop it. The immortals' expressions changed. Wu Shuai wanted to unleash the killer move Dreamy Light Smoke, but the chi harvest fruit seemed to have sensed it. It shook and self-detonated. The baby was successfully born. He had tiny arms and legs like he was malnourished this time. The silhouette of a concave land appeared above his head. This concave land contained deep profundities. It gave off a rank 9 aura. But this aura was far more perfect and refined than the incomplete human sea that Wu Shuai had previously. This was a secluded domain of heaven and earth. The baby raised his arms. He seemed to be using both arms to carry the silhouette of this secluded domain of heaven and earth. He shouted out in a long tone. The next moment, all of the surrounding chi currents moved into the silhouette of the secluded domain of heaven and earth, like river tributaries returning to the ocean. The chi currents moved with incredibly shocking speed. Within a few breaths of time, all of them went into the mysterious secluded domain of heaven and earth. Wu Shuai and Wu Yong could not even sense a single chi current around them anymore. Eye in the sky. Only the baby and the 2 rank 8 immortal Gu houses were left. We're outside again. Luo Zhu found himself in the outside world. No. The whole of Chi Ju Grotto Heaven turned into chi currents and got absorbed by him. Wu Yong was unable to conceal his shock. Everything was unexpected in this situation. He felt like he was used. This was someone's scheme. Who are you? Wu Shuai shouted from within Dragon Palace. The baby had grown into a boy. He breathed in deeply. The silhouette of the secluded domain of heaven and earth above his head went into his nose. Next, he looked around and saw Dragon Palace and clear jade dripping wind tiny bamboo building. He also found the hidden demon judgment board. The boy smiled as he started to recite. Chapter 1319. Climbed mountains to seek immortality. Danger present in every step. Dust specks float like light. Dark Gu lurk in. Heart. A dream like golden jade. Thousands of years of loneliness. 5 regions and 9 heavens. Everything is in one breath. 1. As he recited, his voice was young but his tone was aged. Who else can I be? Yours truly, Demon Immortal Chi Ju. Demon Immortal Chi Ju? The immortals were all shaken. Wait. If he is Demon Immortal Chi Ju, then the secluded domain of heaven and earth from earlier, It is she from U003C003, see the legends of Reverend. Within Demon Judgment Board, Zhou Xiong Xin suddenly had a thought U003C003, see the legends of Reverend. Had two very mysterious, secluded domains of heaven and earth. There was little description regarding them. Point one was who. The other was she, one breath written as Qi in Chinese. Chapter 2000, Might of the Demon Immortal. Demon Immortal Qi Ju. The mysterious Gu Immortal stated his own identity. The entire place went silent. The three sides Gu Immortals were shaken. According to history, Demon Immortal Qi Ju was someone who had been evenly matched with limitless Demon Venerable in battle at some point. Wu Shuai, who was inside Dragon Palace, frowned. He realized many things. It seems that in my previous life, Demon Immortal Qi Ju failed to revive. Otherwise, there would not have been zero information about Demon Immortal Qi Ju's revival. There are two possible reasons. One is that Fate Gu was not destroyed then. The second is that Spectral Soul succeeded in refining Sovereign Immortal Fetus Gu. From all the signs known, he had already infiltrated Heavenly Court and gained complete control of the situation. He would not allow someone like Demon Immortal Qi Ju to revive. Thinking of this, Wu Shuai snorted coldly as he willed. Roar. At the next moment, the evil dragon moved. Earlier, because of the countless Qi currents obstructing it, the evil dragon was covered in injuries. But now that the whole of Qi Ju Grotto Heaven was absorbed by Demon Immortal Qi Ju, using an unthinkable method, the evil dragon regained freedom. It charged towards Demon Immortal Qi Ju with imposing aura again. Once it moved, wild winds started blowing. The evil dragon's colossal body was like a moving mountain range, engulfing heaven and earth. Forget about Demon Immortal Qi Ju's tiny child body. Even the great dragon palace could not match the evil dragon's body. Demon Immortal Qi Ju's vision was filled by Dizong Sheng. He was not flustered. Instead, he smiled calmly. He did not dodge. He directly extended his small hand towards Dizong Sheng. Immortal Killer Move. Great Qi Grasp. With a loud sound, endless white Qi currents shot out of Demon Immortal Qi Ju's body, forming a giant hand with 5 fingers. The hand was only the size of an immortal Gu house at first, but it slowly inflated to the size of a hill. 3 breaths of time later, the entire Qi current hand had expanded to the size of the evil dragon's head, but the milky, white Qi current hand continued to grow. Dizong Sheng had already reached it. Bam! The two sides collided. But out of everyone's expectations, Demon Immortal Qi Ju's Qi current hand was easily destroyed in one move. Dizong Sheng did not slow down, continuing to pursue Demon Immortal Qi Ju. Demon Immortal Qi Ju did not dodge. He continued to face Dizong Sheng casually. Dizong Sheng only charged for a few seconds before slowing down. It growled loudly like it was in great pain. My great Qi grasp can form and scatter at will. It can grab mountains and seas if it takes form, but it can also invade organs when it scatters. How will you deal with it? Demon Immortal Qi Ju stood arrogantly and said. The immortals were shocked. Demon Immortal Qi Ju used one move to subdue Dizong Sheng. He had true pseudo-venerable battle strength. Another demonic path expert. Sigh, with the destruction of Fate Gu, the world will go into chaos. Demon Immortal Qi Ju had died more than 1,000,000 years ago. That source of chaos Fang Yuan gave him the chance to revive. Inside Demon Judgment Board, Heavenly Court's immortals gritted their teeth. They had ugly expressions. After the Fate War, the righteous path fell, while the demonic path surged. Duke Long, who was the pillar that held up Heavenly Court, died. Feng Jiuge, whom they entrusted their hopes to, betrayed them, while Fang Yuan, who was the culprit behind the destruction of Fate, still remained scot-free. And now, there was this Demon Immortal Qi Ju. There were sad cries as Heavenly Court's Gu Immortals realized that the future of the 5 regions and 2 heavens became much bleaker now. They did not even think of recruiting Demon Immortal Qi Ju. Although in history, he had opposed limitless Demon Venerable, there was also no possibility that he would ever join the righteous path. Demon Immortal Qi Ju, just the demon in his name, stated the obvious. After all, the saying goes, there are only wrong names, not wrong titles. Xiao He Jian, what are you really up to? You created such a huge enemy for our two heavens alliance. Within Dragon Palace, Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch suddenly shouted. Xiao He could not rebuke him. His face turned pale that he felt a lot of lingering fear, but also relief. He was relieved that he joined the Two Heavens Alliance. Otherwise, with just himself, he would have become the sacrificial lamb of demon immortal Qi Ju's revival already. This is a scheme. I am a victim too. Xiao He voiced his innocence. This is a scheme, demon immortal Qi Ju's scheme. At the same time, Wu Yong sighed within clear jade dripping wind tiny bamboo building. Luo Zhu sighed deeply. Demon immortal Qi Ju is a Qi path cultivator, but he actually predicted the events a million years into the future? What sort of level did he reach? Wu Yong frowned slightly. He looked through clear jade dripping wind tiny bamboo building towards Dragon Palace. He could understand demon immortal Qi Ju's arrangements, but he had some doubt in his mind. Did Wu Shuai know about this secret? Now that Wu Yong recalled it, Wu Shuai had been controlling the evil dragon to create destruction all over the place. Was it because he was straightforward and wanted to use brute force? Or was he purposely trying to destroy demon immortal Qi Ju's arrangements? Evidently, it was because of the evil dragon's rampant destruction that demon immortal Qi Ju was revived ahead of time, that Wu Yong was a formidable person with a sharp mind. The more he thought about it, the more he suspected Wu Shuai's actions. It is possible that Wu Shuai knows about demon immortal Qi Ju's existence. After all, he has some sort of relationship with Fang Yuan, and Fang Yuan possesses spring-autumn cicada. It is not strange that he knows some secrets. Wu Yong thought of Fang Yuan. Did Fang Yuan come here? Inside Demon Judgment Board, Heavenly Court's Gu Immortals were guessing. Fang Yuan was a person who had been reborn. If he knew about the secret of demon immortal Qi Ju's revival, he might likely hide somewhere to make his move. Precisely because of this concern, Demon Judgment Board did not take action. Clear jade dripping wind tiny bamboo building was also waiting for something to happen. But demon immortal Qi Ju did not want to let them off. Today is the wonderful day I revived. Come, let me see what methods the Gu Immortals of this current era have. Demon immortal Qi Ju had the appearance of a boy, but his tone was that of a man proud of his experience. He actually attacked again at once. Milky white Qi currents gushed out, filling the world with a tsunami. Heavenly Court, the Southern Alliance, and Wu Shuai's side were all enveloped. Old scoundrel Qi Ju, don't be too arrogant. We are not afraid of you. We are just wary that Fang Yuan might be hiding somewhere. Wu Yong spoke, using clear jade dripping wind tiny bamboo building to retreat immediately. Fang Zheng's voice resounded from Demon Judgment Board. Precisely. Demonic Path Senior. Even though you are famous in history, you cannot compare to the #1 demon in the current world, Gu Fang Yuan. This person destroyed my Heavenly Court's fate Gu. Without him, you would not have revived. Fang Yuan? I will remember this name. Demon immortal Qi Ju stretched his arms, Qi currents shooting out rapidly. But none of you will escape. He was like a bottomless hole, constantly shooting out milky white Qi currents. These Qi currents were unique. Ordinary immortal killer moves could not destroy them. At once, 3 rank 8 immortal Gu houses fell into a predicament. Their speeds fell drastically. Wu Shuai snorted. He controlled Dragon Palace to advance instead of retreating, attacking Demon immortal Qi Ju. Demon immortal Qi Ju laughed loudly. Good. Someone with actual guts. A trace of smoke flew out of Dragon Palace. Immortal killer move. Dreamy light smoke. Demon immortal Qi Ju did not dodge it. He was hit by the smoke, instantly disappearing. Wu Shuai had a perplexed expression. He was like a fisherman spreading his web. He used all his strength to cast the web, but in the end, he only caught some bubbles without any fish. Demon immortal Qi Ju's body appeared again. This time, he was far away. He looked at Dragon Palace deeply with an expression of wariness. Good. I'll remember this. He gave up on Dragon Palace. He went to attack Clear Jade Dripping Wind Tiny Bamboo Building and Demon Judgment Board instead. Clear Jade Dripping Wind Tiny Bamboo Building emitted wild winds, while Demon Judgment Board shot out powerful blood-red lights. They both displayed their might. Demon Immortal Qi Ju's moves were mostly grand and wide-ranged. He managed to suppress the 2 immortal Gu houses after more than 10 rounds. Bright light shined in his eyes as he shouted, Good, 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 too. Think that people have already created wind path and blood path. This is truly exciting. I did not waste my effort in arranging for my revival in this great era. Other than you people, who else is there in this world? Demon Immortal Chi Ju asked. Wu Yong smiled coldly. Ignoring anyone else, Eastern Sea is quite the formidable person. He also cultivates Chi path. His battle strength is definitely higher than yours. He stays in Chi Sea. He calls himself Chi Sea Ancestor. He is the undisputed leader of the current Eastern Sea righteous path. Oh, there is a Chi path cultivator? Back in my day, Chi path was already declining. To think that it would still linger until today. Very good. It seems I will need to meet him. Demon Immortal Chi Ju laughed loudly in joy. Wu Yong continued. Other than Chi Sea Ancestor, there is also a sound path demonic immortal named Feng Yuan. He has also defeated the evil dragon in one move with much greater ease than you. In the battle earlier, he betrayed Heavenly Court openly, and now his whereabouts are unknown. But Heavenly Court does not dare to release an arrest warrant for him. Feng Yuan? Good. I'll remember him. Anyone else? Demon Immortal Chi Ju's eyes shined. Wu Shui interrupted at this moment. Get past us first, old man. As he said that, Dragon Palace flew over again. Demon Immortal Chi Ju smiled lightly as he pointed. Lower Chi. Milky white Chi currents gushed out and caused Dragon Palace to fall in altitude. At this time, clear jade dripping wind, tiny bamboo building carried a storm with it as it charged towards Demon Immortal Chi Ju. Demon Immortal Chi Ju pointed another finger. Upper Chi. Clear jade dripping wind, tiny bamboo building was swept away by the Chi currents, flying upwards uncontrollably. Demon Judgment Board arrived in front of him. Demon Immortal Chi Ju stretched out 2 fingers as he pointed at this house. Upper-lower breathless Chi. Demon Judgment Board erupted with a loud sound as it stayed stationary in midair. The Gu Immortals inside had changes of expressions. The immortal essence that they tried to instill became choppy. This rank 8 immortal Gu house was like a dying old man who could not take proper breaths at this moment. Juniors, I'm not going to play with you anymore. Go and spread the word. Tell Fang Yuan, Chi Si Ancestor, and Feng Yuan that I will visit them soon. They can't hide from me. Demon Immortal Chi Ju had just said this when his figure vanished. He did not appear anymore. All of the immortals were wary now. After getting rid of the remaining milky white Chi currents, they confirmed that Demon Immortal Chi Ju had truly left the scene. Do we pursue him? Someone within Dragon Palace asked. Wu Shui snorted coldly. Where did he go? Why don't you tell me? The Gu Immortal who asked turned pale. He lowered his head, not daring to say another word. Let's retreat. Wu Yong smiled, not forgetting to salvage the morale. Even though we did not have much gains this time, fighting against someone like Demon Immortal Chi Ju is worth the trip after all. Sigh. After Fang Yuan comes Demon Immortal Chi Ju. I really do not know which great expert will revive next. Fang Zheng was filled with worries. He mobilized Demon Judgment Board to quickly leave the battlefield.